There were 1,627 new books recently purchased by a school. The books will be divided equally between 5 classrooms. How many books will each classroom receive? We underline the question, how many books will each classroom receive? And we highlight the important information. There are 1,627 new books. The books will be divided equally between 5 classrooms. Write your equation on the first line on your paper. Pause the video so you can do this. $1,627 new books divided equally between 5 classrooms. We know that we have to figure out how many books each classroom will receive. So we're going to choose a variable because we don't know the answer. I'm going to choose B for books. And B represents how many books each classroom will receive. Let's write this as a problem. 1,627 new books divided between 5 classrooms. Draw your line down. On the right side, we will have how many books will be received by each classroom. On the left side, we will be taking away equal groups of 5 or multiples of 5 so that we can keep dividing the books. All right, let's begin. We have to start in the largest place because we might need to regroup. So if we have 1,000, can we divide that equally into 5 groups? Yes, but it's hard. So instead of saying 1,000, we actually are going to regroup this 1,000 into hundreds. So now there are 10 hundreds in 1,000 plus the 600 that is already there. So right now we're looking at 16 hundreds. 16 hundreds divided into 5 groups. Go ahead and quickly make your T-chart and count by groups of 5. Pause the video so that you can do this. It should only take you a few seconds. Great, so where does the number 16 fall on our groups of 5? Falls here between 15 and 20. We can't go over 16 because we don't have more than 16 hundreds. So we must go to the closest smallest amount, which is 15. So we can use 15 hundreds. 5 times 3 is 15. So if we use 15 hundreds, we know that 5 times 3 equals 15. However, this is 15 hundreds. So we need to make sure that we have the value of 15 hundreds, which would be 1,500. So 1,500, we have to keep 5 the same because it's the divisor. 5 times what equals 1,500? Well, we know that 5 times 3 is 15. And then we need a 0 in the ones place and a 0 in the tens place. So we know it has to be 300. So 300 groups of 5 is 1,500. Each classroom will receive at least 300 books. Now that we figured that out, we need to subtract 1,500 from 1,627. That will tell us how many books left there are that we need to split up into the 5 classrooms. Great, you should have beat me. You should have that there are 127 books left that we need to divide by 5. So now we've looked and we've sorted the hundreds. We have 100. We can't divide it equally into 5 classrooms. So instead we say, okay, I'm going to regroup this 100 into tens. 100 is 10 tens. So there are 12 tens here. Now we're looking at 12 tens. So we're going to divide 12 into the 5 classrooms. Where is 12 going to fall on our groups of 5s? 5, 10, 15. Oh, 15 was too big. So we know it'll have to be 10. We can use 10 tens. We write that like this, 10 tens. Which 10 tens has a value of 100. So when we have 10, we know that 5 groups of 2, 5 groups of 2 makes 10. But because we have 100 as our value, 5 has to stay the same because it's the divisor. 5 times what equals 100? We know that 5 times 2 equals 10, but we need a 0 in the ones place. So in order to get that 0 in the ones place, we have to have a 20. So 5 times 20 equals 100. Now let's subtract to find out how many books there are left. Ooh, 27 books. Great. So now we have 27 divided by 5. Where's 27 going to be on our list of groups of 5? Yeah, it's going to be in between 25 and 30. So we have to choose the smaller number because we can't take away 30 from 27. So we're going to say, okay, 25 is definitely closer. I know that 5 times 5 is 25. Yeah. And because there's no 0 in a smaller place, we know that has to be the correct answer. So 5 groups of 5 is 25. Let's subtract and see how many are left over. There are 2 left over. Can 2 be divided into 5 groups? It can, but then it becomes a fraction. We're not looking for a fraction right now, so we're just going to keep this as our, if you said remainder, I'm so proud of you, our remainder. Now it's your turn. You need to write the answer above the line. So go ahead and figure out how many books will each classroom receive. And don't forget to write the remainder over here. Awesome. Now we're going to check. So we will take our answer and we will multiply that by our divisor. The goal is that that will give us our answer that we started with, 1,627 books. Go ahead and make your area model. You're going to break apart this number into the hundreds, tens, and ones, and then multiply that times your divisor. When you find your answers for each hundreds, tens, and ones, you should be able to see these answers over here in our division problem. If you do not see the minor division problem, that could be where you made the error. So then you're going to go ahead and add up those three numbers that you found in each of your places in your area model. And when you add them up, you should get the number that we started with. Since there's a remainder, remember to add your remainder at the end. When you add your remainder, that should give you the answer that we started with. If you do not get the answer here that we started with, that's okay. Just ask for help and I would be happy to help you. Go ahead and pause the video so that you can complete checking your work. Great job. I'm so proud of you.